This week's episode is brought to you by Salt Creek, some of the best steel and TSS on the market, and Kicks Industries. The Smoke Series is my favorite. Welcome back to this week's episode. My name is RD. Welcome to the Waterfowl Den. We got a special guest back with us today. Welcome to the podcast room, Mr. Mason. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Man, it's good. It's been a couple months since we've been on. How's everything going?
Doing good, man. Doing really good. Everything's greening up about that time of the year. Getting to
Man,
see.
I'm ready to hear them, boy.
Oof. Well, I've been putting in all the work, and I ain't even been able to hear 'em. My grandpa's been watching and hearing them for me.
Hey, it's better somebody at least hear them versus nobody hear
Hey, long as somebody's plotting their death, I don't care.
them. Man, I've been seeing them strutting around in the fields, and man, I've been itching. We're about 2 weeks out on Youth Day. What about y'all?
We still got right at a month this weekend, so
Really?
we still got a while.
Ooh.
My patience will be running thin before then.
Man, I know we were talking a little bit about weather, and you over there in Arkansas, so a little bit further away, but um, it's going to be warm. Today was close to 80 something at least, and then tomorrow we got some storms rolling in, and then it's supposed to drop cold. Weekend be pretty, and all next week is going to be back into wintertime. I hope that
Oh,
don't
I
mess
know.
them turkeys up, man.
Man, I hope that it keeps them wintered up for our sake. I mean, I know for y'all got a couple weeks, but for y'all's sake too. I mean, if it keeps them wintered up for another week, then that means they'll break up just in time for y'all to start shooting them. That'd be
Maybe
perfect.
so. That would be.
Yeah, because all our birds are still wintered up. All the birds that we've been watching, and well, I've been watching a few, but my grandpa's been watching some of them too. But they're all still flocked up. You know,
Mm.
he seen today right up from our place. It's there's 20 or 30 of them, and it's 4 or 5
Ooh.
strutters. Been having 3 or 4 strutters pitch into the food plot that I posted on Facebook that I planted the other day. And so I mean they're just all wadded up, Jake's hens and longbeards. They ain't started the pecking order yet, so that's
Right.
that's real for us. We still got a month, so we don't need them to start that pecking order this week.
No, that's for sure, and that's how ours is too. The ones I've seen, they're still together, but it's gonna be, it ain't gonna be long, and them old hens are gonna be like, "Hey, come over here, big boy," and they'll
Oh yeah.
start, and then them toms and them jakes, they'll start seeing who's who.
Yeah, and I'm ready for it, man. I am. I enjoy watching them just as much as I like killing them. But boy, I like killing them. I love killing them, actually.
So you was talking about food plots and stuff like that. That's one of the topics of tonight. What is some early season prep and some strategies for early season? And when I say early season, like the first 2 weeks, because typically the first 2 weeks of turkey season is like game on, because obviously they ain't seen nobody, they ain't been shot at, the pressure ain't there. There's a whole lot of strategy going on with that. But let's talk early prep.
Okay. Man,
Now it's probably too late to even start planting stuff, but when do y'all normally start planting?
so man, this has been first of all, this has been a podcast that I've been waiting on for a long time because turkeys are my pride and joy. You can ask my wife. That's I'm a waterfowl guy, but at the end of the day, if I could do turkeys all year long, I'd give everything else up. But man, I usually start planting. I just started planting food plots 2 years ago. I've been getting into doing some of the food plotting stuff because some people around here, you're allowed to bait up until 14 days, but baiting doesn't hold them in that area, but until the food runs out. And then again, it's illegal once it comes time. So you're kind of, you're at a thin line there.
Mm.
But you want them to live there. So you want them to live there and you want them to feel comfortable there, but you want them to live there all year. You know, some of my habitats have both brooding and then they have stages where they can be older poults where they can still run around, and then they got places to hide in the fields, or later they can pick acorns out of the woods. Well, I can keep them in all of my places as long as I got a food plot, where they can come back and eat winter wheat, or they can eat ryegrass. And then during the spring, I mix it with clovers, red top, the white clover. I forgot the other one, but there's a couple other ones that I have in the mix. A lot of time I use like the biologic or the evolved mixes. They have the mixes in there. Rape's one of them. Rape's in there too. But I usually plant. I try my best to get it in the ground 1st of March.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, and you're also hoping that you don't get a frost. So you're putting it in the ground, risking the fact that you're not going to get a frost. Also risking the fact that you're going to get the rain that you need for it to germinate. Um, I timed it just right last week when I planted that food plot. The next day we got a perfect, just steady, not heavy, just a steady rain, soaking rain, and which is ideal. I mean, it ought to be ankle to knee high in about a couple weeks, month. I think the turnaround on those seeds are anywhere between 30 to 40 days. So right about our season, it's going to be fully grown on most of my food plots. So, but I try and do it early March, but it's kind of risky, because you can
Mm-hmm.
run a good food plot if it comes up too early and we get a frost or any of that. Because our winters are crazy in Arkansas. I mean, we may get
Funny
a
you
frost in
Funny you
In
say
March.
that, because I got multiple screens. So I pulled up over here. Now I have no clue where this is, and I'm not sure. I got a rough area where I know where you somewhere live just because I've been to Arkansas and Memphis area. But Ken, Kensett, Arkansas, wherever that is probably somewhere a little up there near Little Rock. Monday, I got to scroll back down. Monday, 47 as the high, 32 is the low, and it's showing ice and sleet. And then
And
that's going to be that cold front that comes in for us for that weekend. It's going to be cold. Winter said I ain't done yet, but
yeah,
yeah, that's
well,
what you're talking about. That cold, it's going to come in.
I know. I'm hoping it's the last hoorah. We're not. I think the low here at the house is supposed to be like mid 30s, and you can deal with that. You know what I mean? Like that's not a plant killing cold. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And for here at the house, it's only going to last like probably a day or so.
Mm.
And then after that, 2 days later, it's going to be 75. So here, so I mean, we're going to get all this rain by the end of this week, man. It's going to be neon green, and then come next week, we get that cool front, and then right after that, it's going to go right back to sunshine and 75, seventy
Yep.
six degrees, which is ideal. Um, but yeah, I mean, man, I just got into it. I wanted to start learning more about it. Kind of broaden my scale on the food plots, try and get really good at it. I think they hold animals. I don't care if it's a turkey or if it's a duck or if it's a deer. I mean, I'm not planting for ducks by no means. We ain't got
Mm.
much ducks up where I live, but for deer, I mean, it helps your deer population. It helps them give them something to eat. Um, it just helps all around. It helps keep wildlife around, and
Right.
that's what I like. I mean, like I said, I like taking pictures and videos of them just as much as I like killing them. Um, but off of if we're gonna move on to like the talking about like some early season strategies along with the food plots. Um, Dave Owens, I watch a lot of Dave Owens. Dave Owens says it best, and this doesn't count for early season when you're hunting. This is more like before season. Early season prep is a lot like hunting. You got to be present. You know what I mean?
Mm.
A lot of people just go out there and wing it. You know what I'm saying? They'll go out. They'll say, "This is where I hunt every year. That's where I'm gonna go, and that's where I'm gonna hear a turkey." You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it works out for people. But Arkansas, you can do it. I have places. I have property. Thank God for all the landowners I have. I have a lot of good landowners that I've kept friends with my whole life. Grew up on their farms and everything, and I've got a lot of private land to myself, and I can do a lot of cool stuff, and all the turkeys are mine, so I can do that. But I
Right.
don't like it. I like watching them. They don't know
Mm.
I'm there until their heads get thumped, and
Yep.
it took me a long time to get that way. I spooked some birds in my younger years, trying to learn how to watch them, plan for them, say, hey, I can tell you if you said, hey, we're going to go to your farm to this place, where do they stay the most? I'm going to take you directly to it. And I bet you if we sat right there, we will kill them. And I mean, it's because I spend hours upon days toting my kids on my hip, staying across the field, laying in the edge of the field, watching them with binoculars or scoping them and watching them, or just sitting there, just passing time, just seeing what they're doing, where they're going, where they're roosting, what they're feeding on. Um, you know, being present helps you become a better woodsman and turkey hunter, in my opinion, because you watch them and you learn what they do. Um, this is something I've done, like I said, religiously since I was 5 or 6. My grandpa's had me in the woods since I was old enough to carry a gun on my shoulder, and before then even. And that's when I took to was the obsession of turkeys and the woods, and God's creation comes alive in the spring, and there ain't nothing better. I don't care who you are. If you don't think
Yeah.
that's awesome, that's your fault. So,
Yeah, I
um,
posted, I made a short about that, asking people, what's their favorite time to go hunting. I love the morning, and that's what I said. When Mother Nature starts waking up, I mean, completely quiet, you may hear an owl, I mean, just nothing, and then you hear some birds, and I'm not talking gobblers, I'm just talking little birds, and then you hear some crows, and then you hear, gobbling, and then a little bit later you'll hear some geese, and I mean it is literally like the world is coming awake, and I love being out there.
yep, I call it the renew. That's why Easter and the risen time and all that's the same
Yeah,
time. I think it's the great renew of every year.
yeah,
Springtime is the renew of the dead. You know what I'm saying? The dead winter, dead grass, dead trees.
yeah,
It's the great, and I mean I love sitting out there in it. I mean it's almost, I mean it is spiritual. It's almost
yeah.
spiritual, um but I mean, yeah, and on your time, and I mean, I love hunting them in the mornings because I like watching them pitch out of the trees. I like watching them gobble till they can't breathe no more. But also, I'll hunt them all day. I mean, I've had some really good hunts afternoon, and I've had some really good hunts off the roost, and I've had some really good mid morning hunts. But when you just got to find the right one. You know what I mean? It's
I
there
think
really
most
is.
of I think
There's no
most of the
perfect.
people said 9 to 12. 9 to 12. All the places that I posted at 9 to 12 was mostly what people said.
When they break up from them,
Mm,
that first initial batch of hens he finds,
yeah.
he starts getting to where he's off by himself. They done left him, and he's
Yeah.
looking for more love. He's a whole lot easier to trick that way.
I'll
That
give a couple of shout outs here. Hey, Mama. Gerald said he saw my videos that I was at the range with the 28 gauge. Somewhere along the way tonight, we will bring up Rite, because he's also ambassador, just like me. We're both ambassadors for Rite, so we definitely will be shooting and have been shooting Rites here lately. But hey, Jeff, and hey, Mike. So y'all welcome. Mason's from the great state of Arkansas, and we talking turkeys tonight. Talking about prep and preseason game strategies. So appreciate y'all tuning in. But yeah, um, you know, I had somebody say that to me not too long ago, and I told the kids about it. You were talking about being dead and it like springtime coming alive. They used to say really like now is the beginning of the new year when everything is new. But what I was told was like the trees lose their leaves, they just shed all the dead. And it's also kind of like spiritually, like winter is coming, just shed all your dead, get off get off all the heavy stuff, and when a new year comes, start fresh, be a different person, make a difference, kind of like shedding yourself to bear new fruit, kind of like what you were saying with the Easter coming around. But
yep,
minus
it is.
minus the pine trees, they get me
Yeah,
every single time. I
yeah.
will
I
be
know.
perfectly clear And as soon as turkey comes around, boy, I can't breathe. Them pine trees get me.
They're bad here too. Bad. They're starting to swell up right now. You driving down the road here, and they're all got yellow buds on them. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god, and it's coming quick.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
week I saw the yellow on the windshield where the windshield wiper pushed the yellow, and I was like, "It's here, it's here."
yep, yep. Things fixing to start greening up quick now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's man. And to be honest, we can move on after this, but in my mind, springtime is a perfect example for a young person, like a kid or somebody young. It's a perfect way to explain, the time of the year it is with Easter and the our God, risen out of the tomb, because it's like all the sins, like you said, all the sins are shed away, and then there becomes a new. You know what I'm saying? And so it's
yeah,
easier for to understand, or a young person to understand. Everything's dead now, but eventually everything will be renewed. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I got a new comment. That's a new name in the chat down there. B Suggs too. He said the pollen's falling down in Georgia is killing him. It is
Yeah,
that time of year.
yeah. That's one of
It,
my clients. I hear he can't shoot worth a darn if he's listening.
Ducks or turkeys?
I don't know if heck, like he does at Doug's, he's in trouble with turkeys.
Man, sometimes I'd be like that too, man. That's why I'd be saying on the channel, be like, man, I might shoot for retail, but don't look at me being a professional shooter because I will miss like the best of them.
Hey, I'm a guy, and I promise you right now, I have the worst days, and I promise you, they're all calling me out. You're supposed to be the one killing them. If we ain't, I'm like, well, it's not gonna be today. Then I mean,
So,
it happens. If we was all perfect, it'd be a different world. So
I mean, sometimes we just got to give them a chance to live. I mean, we can't win them all.
yeah, I tell them I do it on purpose sometimes.
So, a little background history on Mason. He does guide. So, give a little background history on that for the people that don't know who you are.
Uh, I have been waterfowl guiding for over 6 years now. Here in Arkansas, in Stuttgart for Chad Lloyd, Arkansas County Guide Service. If any of y'all want a book, y'all can message me after this or this summer. Um, I have been an avid hunter since I was a wee little guy. I was running through the woods with my grandpa that carried me on his hip everywhere he went, and learned the woods at a very young age, and learned how to turkey hunt. And one thing led to another. Deer was always everything, but it ain't really hard to learn how to deer hunt. All you got to do here in Arkansas is pour corn out and sit there, and that's kind of boring. So I learned how to turkey hunt from him, the patience, and then one of my dad's buddies taught me a lot. And there's a lot of people along the way. My uncle, my dad's, or my grandpa's son, and my mama's brother. He taught me a bunch too, and about the woods, and just pay attention to your surroundings, and just to listen when you're going through the woods. And I've been obsessed with it since I was young. And I when I was young, I wanted to either be on a TV show or film or work for a company or be ambassadors or pro staff for all kinds of places. And I'm actually about to start videoing all my hunts. Not all of them, but a bunch of them for turkeys, ducks, and stuff like that. Starting this spring. And so it's always been a dream of mine, and I chased a dream, and so far so good. So, but got a beautiful wife and uh, two rowdy boys that are gonna give me heck. They're already giving me heck now, but one day I'm gonna have to pass that gun to somebody else. So, my year old that's ready to shoot a longbeard this year, and I got one found for him that I've had on camera for 5 years, and it's about time for him to die. So, he's gonna be one for the record books for me. So, if I wouldn't anybody else shoot him except for him, I would love to see him do it, and I hope he does. But you're gonna watch a grown man cry on that video that day he shoots it.
Hey man, I cry on this podcast all the time. Hey, I
Hey,
don't
you
know.
want to tell?
After 40, I think I just cry like it don't take much, man. I just whatever. What you want to cry, we'll cry together. But yeah, that when you're trying to get somebody a first, especially turkeys, man. And I listened to a podcast the other day, and people were talking about, yeah, they shot turkeys, but getting to see somebody else for the first time shoot their turkey is like an experience that a lot of people never see.
It is. It is.
And
And I I was blessed enough. My grandpa, he's the right he's gonna be the right hand of God when he gets where he's going. But he would literally let me shoot all the time. He never shot, never would shoot. I'd say, "It's your turn, you shoot." No, I'm not shooting. I'm like, what? I mean, we gotta keep killing these things. You need to shoot. And so I didn't really see anybody else shoot turkeys until I was probably in my almost 20s. I shot all the turkeys me and him hunted, and so I when my sister married my brother-in-law, and me and him kind of teamed up and started turkey hunting. He had some good ground, and we he was trying to figure it out. And he ain't really like ever killed one the traditional way. He'd sat in a blind and killed one and stuff like that. But watching him and watching his face come alive when he shot that first turkey that we got on together. He shot one before opening day, and then I went with him that week, and the week or week after, and I was with him to see him shoot that one. Man, there ain't nothing like the excitement when you're with someone and watching them shoot a turkey, whether it's their second or third turkey they've ever shot. I mean, just the excitement on him. And since then, me and him's been right neck and neck with each other every year, taking turns. So, I mean, and it was cool that he married in and he was my brother-in-law. I mean, me and him do a lot. Like I said, he got babies now with my sister, so he might be tied down a little bit. So I might be running solo for a little bit. So I hope not much. I like going with him, so I hope that he gets to go a little bit. My sister is a little lenient, but I understand they got two babies, so I
yeah,
understand how that is. But
yeah, I hope that ship has done sailed for this house. But Jeff said he just turned 60 last week. Happy birthday, Jeff. He said he's probably the old man in the bunch.
yeah, yeah, my grandpa. I think my grandpa's 71, so
Mm.
I think
I,
they're watching. I watching on YouTube or if they're watching on the live. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, man. I mean, my background was nothing but woods and more woods and family. That's about it. I mean, I stayed in the woods 24/7. My dreams keep coming true. So don't ever give up. Whoever's watching, and if you're gonna watch it tomorrow, don't ever give up on your dreams. I ain't made it yet where I want to be, but I believe that God's leading me the direction that I'm needing to be going. So
right.
um,
And
push hard. Every time somebody tells you you can't, just write that down and keep on trucking.
you
So
know, we duck hunt, and me and you could be out there duck hunting together. You shoot a duck, I shoot a duck, and then we just keep shooting. It's like, good job, man, good job. But when you watch any video of two men turkey hunting, it's like the World Series. I mean, it's the high five, the hugs, the slapping on the butt. Oh my God! I don't know any other species that does it. I don't think they do it on deer. I mean, occasionally somebody might wipe some on you or something. I don't know. When a turkey is harvested, the men just go crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
and when it stops, that's when you need to quit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean
yeah,
that me. That's the reason I'm fixing to start videoing. Is because man, I've looked and looked and looked, and you can't find hardly any hunts on Arkansas, and I have some good ground, and I can really show people what it's like. I mean, there's tough, they're real tough hunting in Arkansas, and as they are in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama, and all that too. But there's not a lot of videos that come out of Arkansas, and then me and my brother-in-law, we act like fools when we. I mean, it's like you said. I mean, we're hopping, high fiving, hugging, and hooping and hollering, hooting. I mean, it's crazy. Every time you shoot a turkey, it's insane. I mean, it's like I don't know. You're right though. I mean, there's a different experience with all that, and I want to show people how it is hunting Arkansas. That it ain't all cupcakes and rainbows like everybody thinks it. And and everybody knows Arkansas is hard, but I just want to. Open up another door to something nobody's ever seen. Kind of hitting around at my video. It's gonna be a learning experience, but I kind of want to show people how I hunt. So, um, I got a good opportunity, and so I got some people watching, so I'm gonna try it. So
And that's how this got started. There ain't nobody ever came out there while you were guiding and said, you know what, I'm gonna go hunt South Carolina for ducks, because it don't happen because we don't have no ducks. I mean, it's just occasionally there's a hey, I got some deer on the camera.
hmm well,
Did you?
that's the
But
same way with. I bet we're the lowest out of state rate for turkey. We're the highest for ducks, but the lowest for turkeys. I guarantee you.
look what walked on the camera. Let me swap that over there. Can you see them deer on camera on the screen? There was two of them. They just walked on the camera. That's
I'll be
that's
dang.
that's live there. I don't know where the other one went to, but it wouldn't surprise me too much longer. Some of them bucks might start. The horns might start coming out. There comes that second one.
They're already starting to here a little bit.
Really? I don't see anything popping out on them. Not on their heads. But granted, it is dark out there, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I do enjoy that camera, man. I really do. But that's where I was going at. I try to show the good stuff of South Carolina. I really enjoyed this podcast, and people laughed at me when I started, and like, oh, you're not getting nowhere. And man, I haven't totally enjoyed the ride. Like, it has been awesome. I met so many people. Um, I mean, it's awesome. So if you want to start recording and making videos and stuff, especially long format, it is a lot of work, and it's a lot of work editing, but it is so much fun. But just don't get caught up in the stress of, ah, crap, I forgot to hit the record button.
Hey, I promise you right now, much as I would love, that's why there's going to be a GoPro on me too. Because as much as I love to have everybody see that in 4K or 1080 or whatever, I'm sorry if I can't get that big camera over there, it ain't going. I'm
Well,
going to shoot it. Crap, I'm just not. I mean, that's I'm gonna gonna probably try and get me like a gun cam, like a tactic cam or something like that. I've got
well,
other cameras, and then I take my own pictures and stuff. Um, but
Tacticam
I'm
don't
trying
Tacticam
to do
don't
it now.
make them no more.
Do they not?
No, they
Oh,
stopped. They completely quit. And the ones that Tacticam still has, like what you can find on Amazon and eBay, they're the same price people wanting for the shot cams. That's what I got.
mm,
I got shot cam brand, but Tacticam don't make that solo whatever anymore.
dang. Yeah, I guess I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the last thing to add to my video in arsenal. So just because when I'm by myself, I can reach up there and click the button and
Mm,
have the GoPro rolling a lot. So, um, but I'm gonna film a lot of people's hunts, a
mm.
lot of buddies' hunts, and stuff like that. Um, but I just want to show everybody, how it. I've looked it up for years, and you can't find very many Arkansas turkey hunts, and they hard gobble too. I promise. Some of them are tough, but a lot of them hard gobble to
You
the barrel. So
You sure can find Arkansas duck hunt videos.
them's flooded, which I'm on. But that's gonna be more for advertisement for guidance. So
That's right.
um,
So I could tell we've been talking for 30 minutes now, and I know you don't have no mouth call in your mouth. So you have one of the best mouth calling turkey calls that I know of. Like,
oh, you
I
talking about
sw-
with just my
yeah.
yeah. Well, I
That,
appreciate that.
let's hear it.
Oh, give me a second. Oh,
After
I
he,
got to.
after he drank the tea. Well, what happened to the sound? I lost the sound there to you. You must have been too. You so loud you bottomed the mic out on your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it face towards like the side.
Uh,
They don't like your voice. That's crazy. He still don't. I'm putting him on the spot. As soon as you start, you go mute.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't hear nothing. Like I got a microphone bar over there, and I can see it, and it just goes completely quiet. And I've heard it before on the show, so I don't. Maybe it's too. Maybe your mic on your phone's cutting out.
Have you heard? You haven't heard it yet, though.
No, it even Bog said it. That looks quite strange without sound.
Is it a little less?
No.
Goodness, I gotta show you, dude. You done got me now. I was like,
You
it's
might
been
have
my
to
house.
open the door. I mean, this is hilarious, but not hilarious. It is mute. I mean, I hear you talking, but it doesn't do the turkeys. Oh
Well,
God, my cheeks hurt from laughing because I mean, you could tell your lips are blown out, and I know that he can blow. He can call with his mouth. It's just the craziest
I gotta
thing.
show. I gotta show you now. Hold on.
Oh
All
man,
right. Yes.
it can. There is no.
Golly.
Like I hear you say golly, but it's like it is completely mute.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I will post a video linked to you with my sound file after we get done with this.
I I
We can go.
can I know he can do it, and maybe that was oh man, I'm telling you, I got water coming out my eyes because I mean you can see it. Anyway, I know the man could call, and he could call ducks too because he has competed in some calling contests.
Golly, I can't believe it ain't working. Dang, that
He
makes me mad. God.
and you took the oh man, what's that? It ain't the dip, but it's the what you just put back in.
The Zen.
Zen, that's right. And he took the Zen out to even try it. Now he had to put a new one in.
Them got me frustrated. Hey, I'll post a video to you and you can share it on there or whatever. Or they can go to my page and I'll post it on my page and show and I'll link you to it or whatever. But
Maybe
yeah, I've
maybe
killed.
it was a conspiracy. Maybe it was a conspiracy that you just wanted everybody to come to your channel and you Instagram and all that to follow you. Maybe it was a conspiracy theory.
Maybe it'll work. I've killed a lot of turkeys with you that right now. I've dropped my vest a bunch and killed some turkeys with it. I make it. I told you I'm gonna tell a bunch of turkey stories because I'm telling you I'm obsessed. I've had so many memories with my grandpa, and so I won a turkey calling. Placed second in nationals, youth nationals. My trophy's actually right over there, with my mouth. Got to meet Michael Waddell, hung out with them all day, and T-Bone Turner and all them guys, Eddie Salter, a bunch of good guys. Um, when I got second, because Michael Waddell confronted me, he was like, "Dude, that's crazy." He's like, "I could do that, you know." And he said, the boy that beat me was calling with a call. I didn't know he could call the call, and I thought it was open competition for just mouth. And he's like, "Oh man, these are strictly calling competitions. Don't matter if you're using your mouth, if you're using friction. It don't matter." He said, "You have to get into mouth calling competitions." Like, okay, you know. Anyways, he come up to me afterwards, and I won a hunt and all kinds of stuff like this. And I went on a hunt and went with a guy, and it just didn't work out. Things weren't working out. It was turkeys weren't working right. Blah blah blah. Only thing I had that came in was a Jake, and I didn't shoot it. I didn't want to shoot it. I've never killed a Jake in my whole life, so I didn't want to start later. So, um, anyways, I get back home and a strutter, a big longbeard I've been watching out in the field. Me and my grandpa went hunting. We went out through there, blah blah blah. Chased him through there, and then he had gotten past us somehow, and he was headed towards the field. He's gonna be out in the middle of the field, and he said, "Really?" I said, "Oh yeah." He said, "I was like, let's go up there and let's see what he's doing." We binoed him. He's out in the middle of the field breeding a hen. Hen runs straight out from under him and runs to the point of the field, and I was like, "We gotta go." He's we took off running. We run around the field and we met the hen about 100 yards in the woods, and she seen us and put it off the other direction from where he was. And I was like, perfect. We're the new hen now. And I mean, he just got off of her from raiding her, and we get up there to the wood line, and he is out in the red top. I mean, it's the craziest thing in my life. There's an old cabin down there, and he's in the red top, probably 200 yards away. Wind's blowing just a little, not a lot, and I got up there, got my gun ready and everything, and my papa looks at me and says, "Hit him with your mouth." I said, "No." He said, "You just placed second in the competition. Hit him with your mouth." He said, "What do you got to lose? He ain't coming anyway." I said, "I mean, you may be right. I mean, he's old. He's been out there a bunch. You know, he probably won't come." And I did the thing that mutes. You know, I clucked and purred. He gobbled. I was like, "Wow, he's just gonna stand there and gobble." And Papa said, "Hit him again." I just barely clucked and purred. I don't know how he heard it. He stuck his head up and he tucked his wings back and he started what I call fake pecking. A lot of people have a lot of terms in it. I call it fake pecking. They don't really eat. They just come to you pecking and looking, kind of like a deer coming in. They'll just peck and look, and that's what he did the whole way across the field. And he finally got probably 100 yards, and I hit him one more time, just barely clucked and purred him, and he took off running. He ran all the way to the wood line. There was one lane to my right, and it was about the size of a four-wheeler. And he ran all the way to the wood line. He gets up to the wood line, runs right into the lane. I shot him at 5 steps, and
Really?
he had close to inch and a half spurs on him.
Wow. You know, we were talking pre-season prep. You know, I was listening to somebody talk this week, and they were talking about like, and I would be guilty of it too. When you're cutting your fields, getting ready for turkey season and stuff, I would have cut all the way up to the trees like most people would. But this guy was saying, you know, leave a section of bush hog of grass up against the trees because turkeys do not like to walk straight out from trees and be in open field. They want to walk from the trees into the grass a little bit, look around, and then go out into the field.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I can agree on that in some. I guess I had a question, or is that what you
mm,
was?
no, that's just what I heard this week, and you know, I
It's
thought that was
wild at how
pretty interesting.
it's crazy at how much it differs, you know. And then I
Mm-hmm.
you know, I assume it's because some places have more pressure, but that same field, and I got a couple other fields that I shoot turkeys in, but that same field is the field I've hunted since I was like I said, 4 years old, 5 years old with my grandpa, and them landowners are amazing. They're buddies of mine, and man, that field they'll just tromp right in it. I'm talking
Really?
like out the woods, they're coming. Like they'll walk straight out into the middle of the field, and this field may be this tall, and they're fixing to walk straight out in it. I mean, it's crazy, but it's just crazy how they differ, you know, because
Mm.
some of them once it and now late season they'll run their head out, or they'll walk to the edge of the wood line, they'll run their head out, and they'll pick in the woods, and then they'll run their head out again, then they'll come out, you know. But
Right.
right off the bat, shoot, I got them. Like I said, he watched them morning or so ago, and shoot, them jokers will pitch in the field. I
Mm.
mean, they're straight down in the field like ducks. I mean, it's
Well,
crazy.
it might have been closer to when the pullets are growing, giving them some time to let the pullets have a spot because that's usually when if we could save our pullets, you know, our turkey
Uh,
population would be massive. South Carolina for the past couple of years, each year loses like 2,000 less birds every year, and it's all because hey, they might have five pullets, but only one or two might survive, if
Yep.
one.
See, that's the beauty. So we used to cut that field when we had a bunch of cows. They used to cut that field for hay a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
got to where now we only cut it once a year, and it used to be that way my whole life. They used to only cut it once, but they went through a deal where they were going to sell some hay or whatever, and they would cut it and cut it and cut it, and it hurt our turkeys. And and that and you could see it. I mean, we're still suffering from it. And this is, I mean, seeing what I saw already this year down there, it's looking good. In all the areas that we cut, the places that get cut hay, everything's looking good. But the beauty about that place now is they don't cut it. My grandpa and them don't cut it anymore early.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you'll go down there end of May, 1st of June, and there will be trails through the grass from the poles.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go out there, and if you're just putting through it with a four wheeler, they'll jump up, they'll fly like 30 yards, and they'll get back down like quail. They'll jump up, fly 50 yards, get back down, and then once you pass them, they'll fly right back to their nest. So it's like, I agree with you on that one. Now you need to keep the tall grass out in the fields as long as possible. Do not bush hog at all in May or June or July even. Don't bush hog because now come August they're already about
Yeah.
yay high, already good enough to make it. But I mean, until then, I'd give it a good month or 2 months. If you're wanting to go turkeys off those properties that you're cutting, I would give it a month or two after after that, because all of our hens, they'll nest on the woodline or on a
Mm-hmm.
point in the woodline in the middle of the field, and they just live in the field. They never go in the woods.
Yeah, it's
I
like I
mean,
think the first 4 to 6 weeks, pullet can't fly. So the first 3 weeks is strictly survival, and then they can
yep,
fly a little bit. And I think around 4 weeks they can at least start getting off the ground a decent amount. I can't remember the exact timing, but definitely the first 2 3 weeks they just on their own running on the ground. If something gets them on the ground, that's all they got. Kind of almost like baby ducks and stuff. They don't have their water feathers, and people didn't know that about some ducks that they don't have their waterproof feathers at that point.
yep,
But
yep.
but yeah.
Yeah, you got they're they I think of them as my babies too, because I want my boys to shoot them, and I want my
Hmm.
boys, and if we're gonna protect them things, we got to be careful with them.
Yeah.
They're very very finicky. I mean, you gotta
So
for them.
so early season, the first week, what do you do on decoys? Are you just a hen, two hens? You throwing a Jake out there? What you doing decoy wise on the first week?
Man, this is strictly Arkansas. We got some ground um, to where you can run a decoy, and they're fixing to
Mm-hmm.
flog it. And I've seen them do stupid things over there. That's with my brother-in-law. But man, until I started hunting with him, I never ran a decoy. Um, I either get them in a place where I know that I can put them in a bind and get real close to them,
Mm-hmm.
call to them, get something thick between me, or get a hilltop, or get somewhere where I can get them to come close enough to me where I can shoot them. Um, a lot of times, a lot of places I got, I mean, I can call them to me. But if I don't call them to me, I go to the ambush tactic. A lot of people don't believe. You can believe what you want to believe. A tag's a tag, a turkey's a turkey. You can say whatever you want to do. And I mean, you're going to see it on videos I post. I mean, if he's out there in the field and I've called at him and he ain't doing it, or if he's out in the clear cut and I've called at him and he ain't doing it, I'm fixing to make him do it. And I don't care if me crawling 400 yards or him coming 400 yards to me. That's what's about to happen. A decoy has got me. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, probably from up there to here. It's completely opposite. Arkansas is so tough, man. I've even tried to fan them here, and a lot of times for me it won't work. Like, I don't know what it is. It's kind of crazy. But I've tried to fan a bunch of birds in my day, and they go whoop the other direction. And same fan that all these these upper guys are doing on shows and all
Mm.
that. It's the same mojo or the same. I used to have, what was it? Can't remember exactly what it was, but I had cut the wings where they were flared out, and I could carry it like this with a real fan on it. And man, looked like a real turkey.
Mhm.
Did not, and I know they didn't see me. Um, it's just they're just so finicky here. That's kind of what I want to show in some videos if I can get some good footage. Just how different things are, place to place. Um, but I don't really use a decoy. But if we do use decoys where we go to use decoys, um, we've used a lot of jakes. They get really ticked off at jakes with hens. If you got
Mm.
two hens and one jake, or you got a lay down hen and a jake, they get ticked off. I'm talking beside themselves ticked off. I watched my brother in law blow one's beard off at like 10 steps. I was holding a jake decoy like this right here above my head on the hilltop, and he was running past him going to me when he shot him. I mean, they get beside themselves. But then some turkeys don't. But I think you're going to be better off using a jake decoy if you're going to use a decoy. Just not too many decoys, because I think too many decoys. It really just depends. It's kind of like duck hunting. It depends on how many birds you're seeing in the area and how many are staying in flocks. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our birds here, once they disperse, we might have 8 or 10 longbeards on a 700 acres. One might have two hens, one might have one might have five, one might have three. So mimic what you see. In
Mm.
my um, and we've got a problem with jakes to where there's so many jakes being had. It's not a problem. It's a great problem for 2 year olds this year. I had 9 jakes on one of my farms last year, and I mean, but they'll run the longbeards off.
Mhm.
So the longbeard come in the field. It's like they look like little velociraptors. Some suckers just running across the field like that. They run all the way across, and Longbeard running circles around the field, and Jake's chasing him. He's hauling butt, and he may have daggers on his leg, but that don't matter when you got 6 of them against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that's
think too
what
many.
I was gonna say. Usually I just put out a hen because
Yep.
up till last year you could shoot jakes, but this past year they stated that you can't shoot jakes if it ain't a full fin and beard 6 inches. You can't shoot them. And that's what we see too. Is if you put a jake decoy out there, that one long beard ain't coming out because he's tired of getting his butt ran off and whooped up on these jakes. So yeah, I agree. I agree that we got that same thing here too. The jakes team up because they haven't got their pecking orders yet either. They still
There's
young and yeah,
yeah, they're hanging out, and
like
they're
high
homies.
school
They got,
boys. Yeah, yeah,
and I mean,
exactly.
that's where like I was saying earlier about watching comes into play. I had a bird I killed. Like I said, all these stories I'll sum them up so I don't drag our time out because we got a lot to talk about. Um, but I had one turkey I called Curly. He's hanging on the wall right there. He would come out in the field. He had good spurs. I think I killed. He had over an inch and a quarter spurs. Don't know why he couldn't beat a Jake off of him, but he had an 8 inch beard and that thing looked like a ringlet. And every time Curly would come in the field, there was always Jakes. And if the Jakes were out there, I don't care, 300 yards, they would bebop all the way across that field and whoop him. And he'd take off running. So every time Curly'd come to the field and the Jakes were there, he would run around the edge of the field. I got on him one time and he was coming straight to me before I killed him. And he was coming straight to me. And the Jake saw him and took off running. All of a sudden, I seen him go phew, right in front of my face. I was like, what the crap? And then here comes 7 or 8 Jakes. I was like, that sucks. But I started watching, and every time the Jakes were there, he would run all over the place. And then until one day, I caught him with I guess his buddy or his brother, and another longbeard, and we made the the thing happen. So uh, I shot him a darn 20 steps with that TSS. That was bad. It looked like a pillowcase, but
Mentioning TSS, like you were saying, if they get hung up out in the field, that's another tactic that we have now is TSS. But we were
yep,
talking earlier, it may not be TSS next year.
it'll get
TSS
expensive.
is Yeah, TSS is a game changer for them birds that hang up at 50 yards. Like 50, 60 yards, you see the bird, he ain't coming. In the older days, that lead ain't going to reach out there, and it might would hit them, knock them down, and they run off. But that TSS, game changer, lights out.
Yes, it can be like we was talking earlier too. It can be shamed upon in some ways if it's used in certain ways.
Yeah,
I particularly don't like shooting them super far, but I'm not about to work my butt off for him to walk away. So if you get
absolutely.
what I'm not going to crawl 600 yards to him to ambush him or call him in for him to just walk off at 50 yards. That's
Mm-hmm.
where the tactic play. I mean, and you can even get away with it with the Longbeard XRs. That's the only thing I've found that's comparison to my Apex.
Yep.
But I'm Apex all the way on that one. I mean, them green leaves. That's why I said pillowcase. Curly didn't have much curly beard left whenever I pulled that trigger. He didn't have much,
So
but
when I shot my Rio in Texas, I was filming it, and when I dropped it off at the taxidermist, the same I got two taxidermists in town, and they do all my work. They're best friends. So typically I drop 50% off that one place, 50% at the other place. And he looked at me. He said, and this is the older guy. He said, "I've been doing turkeys a long time. I ain't never seen turkey pellets in the butt of a turkey." I said, "Well, here's the video." And I showed it to him. It hit so hard that the turkey flipped backwards, and I guess the string was still coming and shot in in the butt. And he was like, "If I would have never seen that video, I would have swore you shot him in the butt." I mean, the TSS just don't play. And
they
even
don't.
Mike commented also, the like that long beard Winchester, like you said, is the next best thing to TSS. But they
Yes.
don't make it in 28 gauge. So Gerald, if I know you was talking about the 28 gauge earlier, and yes, I do have the new Rete 28 gauge, and it is awesome for skeet. Oh my gosh, that 2 pounds, 2 pounds makes a world of a difference. I mean, it is super light. But when I went to go look for turkey loads, it looked like I was shopping for a rare breed of gold. I mean, even at Bass Pro Shop, there was two brands. That was it. There was no lead, like 12 gauge, 20 gauge, everything in turkey loads. 28
Oh, it's
gauge, it was all by itself.
cool. Yep. Which they're going to come a long ways in the next couple of years. They're a new up and coming gun. From what I'm seeing, I got a lot of clients that shoot 28 gauges. They're trying to shoot 28 gauges now.
Right.
So
And you know, the biggest thing with 28 gauge and what Rite is doing with 28 gauge is it's one of the few semi autos that can shoot a 3 inch. A
yep,
majority of the semi-autos are 2 3/4, which then limits you on turkey loads and waterfowl loads. So this new 28 gauge is a 3 inch. So it is a game changer.
it's pretty awesome. I've had a bunch of people. I've had a bunch of people that I've taken or know that's bought that 28 gauge, and then I know you got one too, and man, they love it. I mean, I furthest I can go down is a 20. I've shot a 12 my whole life, and I'm just gonna stick with it.
Yeah.
Um, but I will have that. I will have that ace. I've already been told I got to have that ace for next season, so I'm gonna put the ace through the test now. So
So I got two of the
I,
aces and I love them.
oh, I'm telling you, I'm ready to get it. I got that Gordian I have, man. I am telling you right now that anybody that asks me, and I'm not a firm believer. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna, to nobody about a product. I'm gonna put it to you straight the way I think that it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna do none of that. I told Michael and I told Hunter, I was like, listen, I'm gonna put this gun through hell. I mean, on purpose, but plus because I'm that way.
Mm.
I don't have guns. We hunt so much. I sleep literally. I have time to sleep and kill. So I said, I'm not going to clean it. It's going to get thrown around. It's going to do this. I ended up shooting 9 cases out of it, close to 9 cases out of that gun, and 105 hunts, I want to say.
Wow.
And I never cleaned it.
Wow.
And it shot, even during the freeze, dude. We had ice coming down, and it was like 1 degrees, and I was still shooting 3 shots every time. I watched a lot of Benellis locking up like this in front of a heater.
Wow.
So, and clicking like crazy. I mean, it's proof's in the pudding. You know, I had a lot of clients that hunted with me this year that didn't know about the retape. They know now. So, uh, but
So,
that's for turkey gun. I used to have an old Stoker, and they're like the same system as a Benelli, and
mhm.
it'll click. So if it blows all the way, it clicks every time.
Yep.
And I had it happen. Got rid of that joker. That one right there, you can have a turkey load a 1/4 inch. You can pull it a 1/4 inch down, let that joker go, and it'll go back in place every time. It'll lock itself in every time, and
Absolutely.
it's going to be a lifesaver because I've always wanted to shoot an automatic, semi-automatic shooting turkeys, and
Mm.
this will be my first year shooting that retake, and I'm very excited about it. And it shoots good. So,
So my ask who the guest is. So the people that's just joining halfway in, Mason is from Arkansas. He's a guy for ducks, but we're talking turkey tonight, and he's also a ambassador for Rite also. So that's where we met originally. We was working a booth together, and we're both ambassadors for Rite. But Jeff is saying a proud moment talking about sub gauges. He obviously Jeff said earlier he had a birthday, so he's an older guy. But yeah, that sub gauge it is it is definitely a game changer on your shoulder. But just the ace in general with that airy recoil, what I like to call the '80s Nike shoe with the air pad on there, is game changer too.
oh yeah, I got that 20 gauge for my little boy. I got to put my phone on charge. I got that 20 gauge sent to me for my little boy,
Mm-hmm.
and it kicked him a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But thing about it is it's not very often that you can have a little 6-year-old shooting
Mm-hmm.
a single shot 20 gauge,
Yep.
and he smoked the target. I mean, absolutely smoked it. But
That
he's
that
like, Daddy, that little bit, but dude. When I shot it, oh my gosh, it was like a dream. I was like, man, this is awesome.
Bugs or Sug says that the Gordian impressed him like crazy. How dirty it made. It was so dirty it made him hurt a little bit. I guess he's talking about your gun. But you know that's one
Oh
of the things about inertia. Other than the trigger group, all the dirt and wad and gunpowder, everything goes out there into the barrel where um, pistons, it all goes in that piston, and you have to clean that piston constantly.
yep, you do.
So,
Yep,
but gas, you do get less recoil in your shoulder because it's using that gas cycle, but inertia is a smoother, cleaner because it all goes out the end of the barrel. If you don't like to clean, inertia is the way to go. If you don't mind cleaning, you know gas is that. But what Rite did was that with that airy recoil, how thick it is and how it smushes, it takes a lot of recoil out of that shoulder.
it does. That's why I'm ready to shoot that ace, man. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't care what gun you shoot. If you shoot as much as I do,
Mm.
uh, there during the freeze, we were averaging like 100 and something birds a day. And
Ooh.
if you touch, you're gonna hurt. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna, you're gonna hurt.
And
And
that ain't dove loads either. That's waterfowl loads.
that's 3 inch number fours every time.
Yep.
It's gonna hit you.
Yep.
So, but
Absolutely. It's different.
yeah, shout out to them guys, and I know you appreciate them too. Rete, y'all guys are amazing. Hunter,
Yep.
you're amazing, bro. Take good care of me. Um, appreciate you. Appreciate Michael, all you guys, and all the
Mm-hmm.
guys I've met. It's been awesome. I'm super, super excited, and I know he is too to be a part of this big thing, and we making this thing blow up. We got to keep that momentum going. So,
Man, people be
uh,
asking me all the time, where you get that new 28? It's coming. It's coming. It's
yep,
coming to the store. It's coming as fast as it
yep.
can come. But I'm telling you that 2 pounds, I did not think that it was that big of a difference. 2 pounds lighter. And like you were saying, I got that shot cam on my gun. You throw that shot cam on there and then fill it up with some shells, just straight off the bat, that 28 gauge is 2 pounds lighter. It is a lot of difference.
I mean, my this 12 gauge I'm going to use to shoot turkeys. I mean, it's
Mhm.
substantially lighter than the 12 gauge I've shot for many years. I mean, I lugged an 870 through the woods for almost 10 years now, and
And
that
I would
sucker right there is and it shoots just as good or maybe better sometimes.
and
So
I would love. I know that his turkey calling is muted. I would love for him to say, "Hey, show that new retay off," but we can't because we're live, and that does not work on live feeds. It's not that it's not that Mason don't want to show it. I'm sure he wants to show it, but we just can't. So if anybody's wondering, well, why ain't Mason showing it? That is just the reason why we
well,
can't.
I can help you out there. He's posted some 28 gauge videos of his 28 gauge. I have two videos, one of the Gordian and one of the Game Lander, also on my page. So if y'all want to check them out, y'all can go to either one of our pages and you can see a video. So
That'd be a good
uh,
talking point. How does one find you?
go to Instagram at Chaos Outdoors underscore Mason with a K, Chaos Outdoors K. Also the same on TikTok and then Facebook. It's Mason Norman. So, um, but yeah, I mean, you can find us anywhere like that. So, I mean, I know you. I watched your video a day or so ago. So,
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. My little boy, he's shooting a 20 gauge too, but he's been wanting to shoot that 28 gauge, and I got the length of pull extended, and he's like, he can't reach the trigger on it. He's like, I really want to shoot it, and then he held it and pulled the trigger, and he was like, well, that's not bad at all. He's like, it feels like my 20 gauge. I'm like, it's less.
it's
It
less.
it would feel a whole lot less if you actually had it in your shoulder, not way over here. But
Yep.
he wants so bad. But like you were saying, you got your son the subcompact where you got the little spacers that they can grow into the gun. The buttstock is you can add to it as they grow.
Well, and another thing too, and your boy may shoot one too, which he's already got a 20. But the Game Lander is
Mm-hmm.
perfect. Kids too. I got Game Lander set up with a red dot on it for my boy,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, he puts that dot where he wants it. And he looked at me and he said, "So all I got to do is put that red dot on that turkey's head." I said, "Oh, we're good." I mean, he's he, he's got it. I mean, he's already killed him some deer now, so he's got it. So I'm just ready. I'm ready for him to let one of them apex greenleafs unleash on that big old spurred turkey I've been watching. God, I've been watching him 5 years too long, and it's time.
You might
It's
need to
very,
bring
very.
2 cameras.
Do what now?
Bring 2 cameras.
Oh, I know, dude. I'm telling you right now. I promise you right now. If that video makes it, if I video it and everything works out and it makes it, and that turkey does what he usually does for the last 5 years, and it pans out, this will be the earliest youth season we've had in a long time. So if everything pans out and he's doing what he's doing the same time as he is every year, it should happen. It should, if not happen the day of, it should happen within a couple of days. Um, I'm gonna cry like a baby. First of all, uh, second of all, this turkey's gonna go on my wall because I promise you, right now, I've shot a lot of good turkeys. I got couple inch and three. One of them's an inch and 3/4 spur, inch and 7/8 spur, couple inch and a half spurs. I've shot some big turkeys here in Arkansas, and this turkey right here, gives them all a run for their money. I've never seen one like this in my life, and he just so happens to be right out there.
Mm.
And so, a house bird on top of close bird, I promise he's pushing. I promise he's pushing it. And I mean, I've seen, like I said, and I could be bluffing because it is a game camera. I've seen him on game camera. I've only seen him in person a couple times. Um, but I've seen a lot of inch and a half spurred turkeys on game camera, and this sucker looks way bigger than that. And I mean, it looks like you're sticking that part of my index finger out of his leg, and it is straight as an arrow. It don't curve. It is straight as an arrow, and I don't know how or why. Um, but if my son kills him, I'm gonna say like yes, my pocketbook. My wife's watching. He's going on the wall. I don't care if he takes up this whole room or the living room. He's coming.
Man,
No doubt.
them full mount turkeys, if she's watching, they are super cheap. It will not cost you a whole lot of money. I could promise
Yeah,
you maybe 2 hamburgers. That's all it's going to cost for a full mount turkey. That's a full
yeah,
mount turkey is cheaper than a fan. That's the problem.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. No, it's gonna
S&C.
be a sure, but boy, I mean, that's one that it's probably one of the biggest I will ever see if I'm fortunate enough. And we get him. He will probably be one of the biggest I've ever seen. And I don't know. I've got a lot of hopes, but it's also turkey hunting. So, and I also got a 6-year-old. So,
So SNCC Outdoors, uh, they make turkey calls. He was on last week, and he's got the turkey call, which threw me off when I saw his comments. He was like, "Do you know what a 5-year-old turkey needs?" And he said, "LOL, the EF4." And what popped in my head was the EF4 tornadoes that just came through Tennessee and all that. I was like, "We don't need a tornado. What's he talking?" And
yeah,
then it was like, "You dummy, you just interviewed him last week." But his call is 4 calls in one. There are two pots, and then you can flip it over, and it's got 2 calls on the back. It's a 4-in-1, and it's EF4s, and they got twisters on them. I'm like, man, we don't need no tornado because
yeah,
that's how we started tonight before we even went live. I was like, dude, did you get bad weather today? Because man, St. Louis got hammered yesterday, and in Michigan, I mean, their weather has been terrible. And you were talking, hey, I got another month before turkey season. I'm like, oh man, we don't want no tornado to take out.
no, I don't want to
Mike.
have to try to do that.
Well,
I mean,
you said the turkey may end up inside the house. You know, with an EF4, it might end up inside the house with the cow.
for that, uh,
uh,
yeah.
Mike asked says, "Do you know Lucas Haygood?"
Oh yeah, I know Lucas Haygood.
I don't know who that is, so I was just asking the question.
Yeah, I know him.
And then SNCC Outdoors laughing at us. He said,
Yeah,
"We get hammered today, lots of rain, but no tornadoes." And they were in. He's in Illinois, and I mean, like, I know the past 2 days. I think the 2 or 3 days the casualty count it's like 5 or 6 people. But yeah, I mean it's crazy. We were talking earlier, like some of these places in Michigan that's getting tornadoes is just like weird out of the place. Hey, and they're talking. Um, if you look at some of the weather, like most of where Gerald Jeff is from, uh, that whole part of the country, like Nebraska, they're all wind advisories. I think there's like 7 or 8 states that's all going to be under wind advisories tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be bad. And then they're talking about winter storms coming in some of them states. I mean, winter ain't over, and it leads straight into summer storms. And man, you right there on it. You know that Mississippi River is like a Twister Alley. That's when they usually start spinning up, man.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's a fact for sure. Yeah, we don't need none of those. They can stay
Nah,
somewhere else.
nah. Even up there for Illinois, for them up there, need to be safe, man. That tornado alley shifting a little bit, but for the most part, I'll find some wood. Knock on my old wood duck box back there. We in a pretty good thing here in the South. That might be one good thing for us here in South Carolina. We don't get a whole lot of tornadoes, but we don't get turkeys. We don't get ducks.
Well, I got one question for him. How in the heck do you kill? Here's the thing. I've killed a lot. I've killed a lot of turkeys, and I've also missed a lot of turkeys opportunities at turkeys. But I've never had one trick me the way this turkey has. Um, I don't have. I have patience, but I don't have a lot. I like pushing the what I call pushing the envelope. If he ain't gonna do it, we finna make him do it. And if he ain't gonna do it, I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else because I can kill one somewhere else. Um, but this turkey has tricked me multiple times. I haven't set off on him a lot because I try and make it worth it when I go. I'm trying to make the conditions all right. But this turkey's been on camera 5 years, and when I got him on camera, he had over inch and a half spurs when I had him on camera. So this turkey has, I don't know, I bet he's anywhere between 6 to 8 years old. I don't know that. You can't judge by their spurs, I guess, but I just know that he has been a full grown man for over 5 years. Because when I got him on camera, he was full grown. I mean, he had big spurs and a big rope. So I got to figure out how to kill him because he's going to die of old age. So uh,
Yeah,
there's a few I'm going to use this season on him. First is patience. I got to learn the patience with him. Second of all, because he's not going anywhere, he's on my place. He's mine to have if I just wait him out. And second of all, them food plots. That's what's going to kill him. I'm going to have to wait on him. I'm kind of talking to myself here. But you know, a cell camera with a turkey like that don't gobble but shows up is number one too on the list because there's mornings you go in there and you're like, we ain't gonna hear a turkey this morning. It's terrible conditions, and he'll rip the woods down. And then there's days where it's just gorgeous and beautiful bluebird, cardinals tearing the woods down, chirping here, chirping there, just beautiful. And he won't say a word.
really.
And I mean, it's crazy, but he knows. I mean, I had him last year. The one time me and my grandpa got on him, I told my grandpa, I said, "You shoot." I said, "We're going." I'd already tagged out. I said, "You're gonna shoot him." And he wasn't 80, 90 yards in the tree from us, and he couldn't see us. We couldn't see him. And all I did was just barely just cluck and purr to him a little bit, and it muted out again, didn't it?
It sure did.
And all I did was cluck and purr at him a little
I,
bit, and he got. And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good." And then I just barely tree upped at him, cut me off. I said, "Ooh, that's Papa. He's coming." And then the hens cranked up behind us, and the other Jake started gobbling a little bit. I said, "Oh boy, it's finna be good." And then he just falls out of the tree. He don't pitch. He never pitched. He just jumped and fell, and then walked away.
mm,
I mean, there was no reason for him to leave. Nobody was putting. He didn't see us. We didn't see him. I mean, just he outsmarted me, and I can't stand that. And
I
so,
know for a bird that has a brain the size of a pea, like smaller than
I
rice, that can outsmart. Mike Green says you need him to come call for you, but Mike Mason is at least 16 hours from us because there is a time change. You got to go through Memphis to get to Arkansas, and then I think Mason's what, 2 hours from Memphis?
Yep.
16
Yeah.
hours, buddy. 16.
I mean, dude. I mean, that might be the trick. I might need some to get behind me. 20, 30 yards. It's just every time I've went in there after him. Besides when I went with my grandpa and by myself. So I can't. The only thing I can do is paint him a picture. Call at him behind me and then move up on him.
Right. SSC Call says, you should know where he goes to breed and eat by now. Be patient. Don't overcall. You need to change up your rhythm and tone a little bit for
Oh,
your
I know.
for your
Yeah, I know.
call number.
I know it's neat, so I can promise you that right now. It's just
How
it's one of
how
those they haven't aligned. I'm here and he's here, and then he'll be there and I'm not there. It's just one of
so
those deals that works
how
out the wrong way.
how far do you think some turkeys are from your house? Like,
Oh, 800 yards?
did you see the video on this trail camera?
Uh-uh.
This is one that was sent to me. This is called Grade Pro. It works off Wi-Fi. So
Really?
so it has a booster that goes in your house, and you can put the booster outside. Guess how many feet this thing goes?
I
There's
don't know.
two numbers, open number and through tree numbers. Now I haven't tested it yet on feet. The manual and book, 3,000 feet, which is 10 football fields, open open room, in 1,600 feet through the trees. And you can hook
Dang.
16 cameras up to one base. And it has an app just like a cellular camera, but it's using the Wi-Fi to talk back. So in theory, that base is outside. You could just run a network cable outside, and then 1,000 to 3,000 feet. And these are the same price as a trail camera, but and it has the where you could do a SD card too. But let me change back camera view so you could. That's too far away. Oh, come on. There we go. So it's got just like a traditional camera, and it's got a SD card in there too. But yeah, it comes with a lithium battery and a solar panel, and
That's cool.
yeah, but it uses Wi-Fi, so that's like me, like my deer cameras and stuff. I got deer in my backyard, like you said. I just go put corn out there and I can shoot a deer. But I don't want to pay a cellular plan for a camera when it's not that far from out the back porch.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean that I will only pay for a cell camera for the month of turkey season
Mm.
or the time because other than that, man, I'm not an avid deer hunter. I used to be until I wore it out, and I killed. I mean, I've killed the bigger one I ever killed. It just kind of burnt me out. But I really want one for him because I'm so close to him. I can walk over there if he's out there in a food plot. I can walk over there and make it happen. You know what I mean? And so that's the game plan for this year is kind of get a cell camera set up for just that spot to watch him, and then when he shows up, go over there and try and make a game plan on him and try and get killed. He may be an ambush bird, and he may be a bird I call up to me, but if it's gotta go the ambush way, then that's how it'll go because he's gonna
So
go out.
so in y'all state, is there an afternoon time limit? Because some states you
Mm-mm.
can't hunt in the afternoon. So, and then here's my next question: in your state, can you hunt with like a 17 caliber, like long rifle? Some states you can hunt 17 caliber.
No, you can't hunt with any rifles, but you can hunt dark to dark,
Mm.
daylight to dark.
That
So
that that's us too. We can't use rifle, but some states allow the rifles, and I think most of them that do still have a fall season where we ain't had a fall season in probably 20 years maybe. I don't even know when our last fall season was.
yeah, see, I'm going to Wisconsin this year, and they have a fall season, and
Mm.
I don't know rifle stuff or whatever, but I'm sure during the fall they do. But Hunter's from there, so I figure I'll link up with him while I'm up there. But that's another state that's odd because their rules are completely opposite ours. And so this year is going to be the first year we have multiple zones that are opening different times.
Wow.
So right behind my house where this turkey is in the south zone, so it opens first. And then not north, but northwest of my house, all opens the week after. So I can only hunt the turkeys behind my house the week before, and then the week after everything else is open.
That's how
So,
it was up to 2 years ago for us here in South Carolina. We had three zones, and turkeys stink so bad that now the whole state comes in at the same time. But when I went to Texas, they were zones also. But I'm looking at a guided hunt out there, Utah, up in the mountains of Utah, that goes scratch off that Miriam, that the white feathers.
oh yeah,
So,
yeah. I plan on finding myself up there at some point in time. I mean, in the next couple of years, I gotta slow down on other things in my life in order to do that. But I'm gonna transfer all my energy from this and go to turkeys. So
mhm. Jeff says that he can shoot hens in the fall here in Nebraska. Uh, Jeff, can you shoot 17 caliber like rifles um, in y'all state? Yeah, I agree, Mike. We got a predator problem. We got coyotes and fire ants. When I was a kid,
yep,
we had a lot of quail. You hardly hear bobwhites anymore.
isn't that crazy?
Yep,
What's gonna happen to our turkeys if we don't watch out?
yep, and raccoons.
It's coming. Yeah.
Yep. And I'm
Uh,
bad about it too, man. That corn pile that I got on my camera out there, man. I'll see raccoons out there and be like, man, I'll take care of them raccoons. But then on the other hand, I say, well, if I don't have any kind of critters running around on the camera, it's kind of defeats the purpose of a live stream.
yeah, that is true.
So,
That is true. What um there were some other topics. What was some other topics? I was going to talk about. I was going to ask you something. What's your this I was just going to shout some folks out, but what's your gun setup? Like, what do you got? Choke, shoot. What are you shooting for this turkey season? Like choke
so,
and
so
generals.
typically everything I got choke wise is kicks. Like I've always shot kicks, and kicks is a sponsor of the show too. So usually all my chokes are kicks. Um, Last year, I'm a pump kind of guy for turkeys. Like I just something about a pump. I just love the pump. You could if you have a problem, it's just it feels almost like a single shot. You can fix your problem. Even if something breaks, you can somehow get it open, put another one in there. So
Yeah,
the past couple years, I've been shooting a Stoger pump, 30. So it would be a M for no P 3500. M is automatic. So P 3500. So this year I got the Rete pump, um, XL, and the XL is the extra large, the 3.5 inch gun. Um,
yeah.
I found an awesome deal at a show, and I picked one up, and that's what I'm making my turkey gun this year. So, and I talked about it last week. I have a rifle sling on my shotgun, and rifles like a 30-06, whatever. Um, what's under a 30-06? 270. It's got like three rifle cartridges there. That's where I put my strikers. So that's usually how I set my turkey gun up, because I was there one day when I left my striker in the truck, and I said after that I never had that again. So for my sling, I keep my strikers right there just in case I lose one, break one, or it rains or something. I always got that, and then I got my camera on it on the end. But that's my go-to for turkey season. Typically, and some people are totally different, and I know that, and I know money plays a lot of different stuff too. And there's some people financially just can't do it. But typically, I have one gun that is set up for one job. Like that's all it does. One is my deer hunting one. It stays, the butt kicker stays in it. I just know how it's going to work. My waterfowl guns is a waterfowl gun. My skeet gun is a skeet gun, and it's like that. I don't interchange them because like you were saying earlier, you were playing around with your shims on your guns. I got them set up different. Like my skeet gun is set up 60/40. So 60% of my pellets are going to go above for like shooting trap and stuff so I can see the target. Now my waterfowl guns, I like to set them up 50/50. That way
Yep.
the bird is right there at my, bead height. Uh, so I tend to find one that dedicated, and that's all that one does. And this year I'm switching over to that pump, and typically a pump has that rattle sound in it, and that Rete does not have that rattle in the pump on the grip part, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
there's a lot of people commenting on am I going to take the 28 gauge turkey hunting? And I said it in the comments, I said it in the videos. I cannot whatsoever take that 28 gauge the first bird. Like we don't have a whole lot of birds. I might it might get hung up. I need that 12 gauge. If nothing else, I've seen that 28 gauge shoot. I've shot skeet with the 28 gauge. It's right here. The confidence of the 28 gauge isn't right here. And that would be if the bird got hung up out there, even with TSS, I would be like, well, if I had my 12 gauge, I could get another 10 yard. Like it would be a mind game, and I don't want to do
Yep.
it. And
Yep.
your mind game is the worst thing for you because if you ain't got confidence, because you're talking not confidence in the gun, I'm talking about the shell. You're talking
Yeah.
12 gauge to 28 gauge in TSS, you're talking at least 200, maybe 300 pellets difference.
Yep. Yep.
And and if his head's up and then like right when I pull the trigger, it goes down and I shoot over his head. Nah, with 12 gauge, I'd have another 100 pellets helping me out. So
That's
I
that. Like with my setup, I'm shooting the Gordian. I shot during duck season with the Jebs,
mm,
and I have a pattern test on my Instagram and Facebook. If you want to go see what it's like, it's absolutely incredible. I showed him a picture of my setup before we started this live feed or whatever. Um, but I'm shooting Apex Greenleaf nines and tens, and I swear by them. The reason I swear by them is the pellet count, dude.
mm,
There's 900 pellets
I know.
in, and that is a lot of leeway. And I mean that's your most of your average shells have anywhere. I mean, small town blend. I've got some small town blend too. And small town blend doesn't have quite that much in a 12. I think it's like around six or 700. So you're doubling. I mean, you're adding 200 something pellets plus onto that. And even the 20 gauge. The 20 gauge has 700
Mm,
and like 20 pellets in the Greenleaf 20.
yeah.
I mean, your regular 20 gauge has like 400 or 500. That's crazy.
You
And
know,
I
and
mean,
I said that in one of my videos of comparing the 12 gauge to the 28 gauge. I'm like, you, sir, would be a 28 kind of guy. Kind of guy. You done shot enough turkeys. You want the challenge, like give me a 410 or a slingshot. You're one of them people that like, yeah, I'm gonna go get me a turkey this year with a bow and arrow. There is absolutely no way I would go out there with a bow and arrow because I might only see one or two birds the whole season. I ain't taking no chance with a bow and arrow. But there's people
well,
out there that they done did the 12 gauge. They want them sub gauges to say, dang it, I took one with a 28 or a 410 or a crossbow or a bow and arrow. I ain't that guy. I ain't that good.
but hey, I'll tell you right now, and I'll put it to you straight, man. I will give anybody hell that shoots under a 12 gauge, and I don't mean nothing. I'm telling you right now, I don't care if I have to shoot a 12 gauge until I'm 85 years old in the turkey woods. I'll probably shoot the 20 gauge retake after I knock my first one off the game lander. I'll probably shoot one with my boy's little gun, just cause. Once I get one knocked off, but I'm not giving up my pellets
Mm-mm.
just so. challenge because I'm just telling you right now, I'm still here to kill, and that's going to
I,
be that way until I die.
that's what
I
I
don't have
said.
so.
Let me get that first bird, cause we only get two birds. That's all we get. We get two birds, and let me get that first one. Then it may be game changer time for the 28 gauge. And I know because I shot it and the pallet daggone about flipped off my stand when the 28 gauge with TSS. It is got the
Yeah.
It's a head game problem. And if your
Mm-hmm.
head ain't in it, that turkey's already. And I tell this to my mama, and I know she's watching. But I tell her, I said, I love turkey hunt, but it is the hardest bird I have ever hunted in my whole entire life. And now she's watching all these videos on YouTube and she sends me turkey this and turkey there. And she's like, did you see how this turkey was bowing up? I'm like, yeah, that's why I tell you, I love turkey hunt. We get 1 month, 1 month. And then we was
Yep.
talking about it the other day going down the road. I said, Mama, we get 1 month. That's 4 weekends. That's 8 times that we can go turkey hunting. And the way Easter falls this year, I just lost 1 day of turkey hunting because of Easter.
Man, that's where, and if he's watching, he knows. I got a really good boss, and I got a really good wife. I get to hunt a lot in the mornings before work, and then
Mhm.
some off work because we're all hunters. We all the guys that work at, I do electrical during the summer, and all us that work there are hardcore family and hunting guys. We hunt and we love our families, and we spend as much time in the woods as we possibly can. And I have a great boss that lets us hunt. If we can be like, hey, this longbeard's gobbling his head off. I want to go in the morning. All right, go ahead. I mean, and it might be 3 mornings in a row we go. And as long as we show up to work a little bit that day, we keep on trucking. And so I'm fortunate enough, I get to hunt at least half of our season. And so I get to be in the woods a lot. And I mean, that ain't even counting in the evenings. I go in the evenings with my little boy and stuff. Or even if he stays with my mom and them, and if they're watching, she knows. I mean, I get to go a little bit and then I'll come pick him up. Um, but I mean, dude, it's tough. I mean, it is, but turkey hunting is a mind game. And I'm not. Everybody say their state's the hardest or whatever, and everybody's state is hard, and I agree. I've only hunted Arkansas. I mean, I've hunted Arkansas my whole life, but I've hunted a couple other states, and I can promise you right now, I'm very excited about Wisconsin. For all the Wisconsin people that may watch, I'm very excited to come to the state because people don't realize how hard Arkansas is. You can ask a lot of the professional hunters how many times they've killed birds in Arkansas, and it's going to be very few. And it's because of how hard it is. And Mississippi, you can kill turkeys. Alabama, you can kill turkeys. Georgia, you can kill turkeys. They're hard, don't get me wrong, but our numbers don't match their numbers.
Mhm.
We killed as a state, we killed on reports like 7,500 to 8,000 last year. Every other state is doubling us.
Yeah, that's
And
the same way with us. We
I
I
mean,
think ours was 85. North Carolina like 12 something. Georgia's ahead of us, and I'm like, we're dead in the middle. What is their states doing that's better than us?
dude, I'm jumping for joy because when we go to Wisconsin, we looked up like how many their kill numbers were this last season. They killed 51,000 turkeys. That's
Golly.
behind in the last 10 years, 12 years
Okay,
maybe.
okay.
I mean,
I'd take the 28 gauge there.
yeah, yeah. mean, I'm gonna have a heyday. I mean, every time I've ever left the state, this is where I was getting at is me and my cousin planned a trip to Kansas. It was a short trip because it didn't take long, and everybody there was like, "Oh, this is so hard to gobble. They won't gobble. You can't kill them." Blah blah blah. I was like, "I don't think you know where we're from." And I mean, we were done like this. I mean, we were tagged out like that. We went home a day early. I mean, then what we planned, we canceled our room and went home a day early. And I mean, every place I've ever been out of state from Arkansas, I was done early. And it's not what I'm getting at too. Is it's a mind game, but it's not. It's still a bird at the end of the day. It's just like waterfowl and specklebellies. They're hard. Yeah, they're super hard. But and I'm not saying I got it figured out whatsoever. Here in Arkansas, I've figured out enough to know where, like, hey, I know I'm going to shoot a turkey. I mean, I've had bad years, but I know where they're at, what they're doing. That's where the scouting comes into play, where I got time to go watch them. Me and the boys will go watch them do this, do that. You put in all that effort, and you almost ensure that you're going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, um, but over time, learning what I've learned from these Arkansas birds, it's you go from this state to another. It's like hunting ducks in Arkansas and then going and hunting ducks in Nebraska or Canada or Kansas. It's like, what the crap? Like, I remember I went with my buddy in Kansas, Jess Todd, and he owns his own outfit now, and he took us to Public, and I was tripping. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like Arkansas Public. There's gonna be people lined up. It's gonna be crazy. We get there and there's two old fellers with like a push boat, and it's like 30 minutes to a shooting light. And they're like, where y'all going? We're like, oh, we're going here. He's like, oh, we're gonna go to this hole. All right, good luck, guys. We limited out in 30 minutes for almost 3 or 4 days straight. I was like, Arkansas ain't got nothing on this. Like, this is insane. I mean, that's how other states is for turkey hunting. I mean, it's for a guy that's coming from this. I mean, it's the tough. I mean, toughest I've seen hunting out of state. I mean, I'm not saying that there ain't no harder states. I ain't been in very many states, but and I'm sure I'll run into one eventually. Um,
Come to South
but
Carolina because we're losing so much of our farmland to housing. Like, I know you
it,
ain't never heard of Lancaster, South Carolina, but you heard of Charlotte, and Charlotte is coming down so fast that, dude, I'm telling you, they are putting a street in a day here in our county. Like, you go by, like, where'd that street come from? Where did they clean that land off? Like, it is growing so fast that we're losing our hunting land to housing.
it's sad, dude. That's just
Yeah.
like watching trees get cut. I hate it, but it has to happen. But God, I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, watching them oak trees fall make you sick.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
we've
mean,
been on an hour and 40 minutes. Uh, It's about my bedtime, man. You know the old folks got to go to bed, and I can't believe Jeff's still in here. I usually lose Jeff about an hour. He must have got a nap in. That daylight savings time didn't affect Jeff out there.
no,
Man, I hate
it.
daylight saving times. It kills me. Like, it takes me a week.
I got more time in the evenings to mess around now.
Oh
So
yeah, that is true.
yeah. Before we get off here, I'll give my rundown and my shout outs to everybody. And I know you got guys you got a shout out to when it's all said and done too.
Oh yeah.
But to help us out, Retake, you guys are the bomb. I just got on with Mossy Oak Pro staff. Very excited about that new journey with them. Going to be super awesome. So y'all stay tuned for that. Chibs, Apex Ammunition, y'all the bomb on that. Y'all saved my butt on a lot of turkeys. Old Tom Drake, I've been with them for a while. Super super awesome place. Awesome gear. Awesome camouflage. They use the best camouflage on the market. They got rid of Real Tree. Sorry, Real Tree, but they got rid of Real Tree. I'm a Mossy Oak fan all the way, so I've always been that way. Um, Light Boots, my buddy over there, Brooks Tinsley and Ed Wall, they got a heck of a boot, super light. You can walk a lot of miles with that thing. They got new hip boots. I'm gonna probably be wearing next season for duck season because they use a lot of hip boot stuff. Trigger Safe. Trigger Safe gave me some trigger guards for my gun, so my boys can keep safe and I can carry it to the blind without having to worry about my trigger getting touched. My brother over there at Bragging Rights Calls, my main man G, helping me out during duck season. Obviously, Arkansas County Guide Service. Thank you guys, and thank you Ben for having me on. And
Oh
I always
yeah.
love talking. Um, but a lot of guys that support me, a lot of guys that help you too, and looking forward to what's to come with it. And y'all stay tuned. I plan on putting some videos out on some of the stuff I do hunting and food plotting and stuff like that with my kiddos and whatever. So y'all keep up with me on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, and do the same for him. Give him some likes, and y'all like this video, and I'll share it tomorrow, and y'all can watch it. And if you want to hear some more stories or you want to hear my turkey calling with my mouth, hit me up and I'll let you know. You can't hear it on here, so. Uh, but
Well,
yeah, man.
I think in all fairness, the last time I had you on, I was using StreamYard, and now I have a full dedicated Mac. and I think maybe something with the microphone, that high pitch, it just cuts the mic off, because like I said, there is no sound that goes across the soundboard. Like when you talk, I can see your sound. Like I can turn you up and down and stuff, but there is no sound. Like it is like you, it's like you go to a mine or something. It's like
That's crazy. Well, I can people elsewhere. Hopefully, I can call some in on video for some people. That'd be even
like
better.
I said, if you went 20 hours away, I would drive out there and maybe take one with the 28 gauge. But there is no way I could leave of work on a Friday, hunt on a Saturday, and be back in South Carolina without flying. So, but maybe one day I'm gonna talk him into it.
I always like guns because we run out of I usually run out of tags pretty quick, so I like taking people so I can see more turkeys die. So I like seeing them die one way or the other, whether I'm behind the trigger or not. So, um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I've told a couple people, y'all come on out. We can work something out.
Let's see the ducks. Are you going to the Ducks Expo this year?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, I'm gonna look that up because I can't remember the date on that. It is August the 2nd. So I will be at the Ducks Expo, and I know that's close to you. So that's in Memphis. That's going to be August the 2nd. So I definitely will see him in person unless the creek rises or one of us is called home before the other one. But I already got it worked out that I'm going back to Ducks. It was a great show, and like I said, that's where I met you from. And you gonna call this year?
Yeah, I want to do some calling competitions. Kind of depends on where all the routes go with all the rest of the stuff. But I plan on doing some calling competitions. We got that new J frame out and our keyhole, brand new keyhole acrylic. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
probably do some those. Um, so I'll figure I'll hop in a couple. I don't know. Depends on what day that competition is.
Right.
Really, I guess they have worlds there. I don't know if they will again. They change it up every year. So
Right, it moves around. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. But it was a great show last year, and that was the first time ever working the retail booth for me, and I mean it was something else, and I enjoyed everything that went on that weekend. It was a lot, but it was a heck of a
we
show.
got some good stories to tell about the gun now. I've done put it through heck and back. Now if I put it through a good turkey season, I can tell some real good stories.
Yep, exactly. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're gonna have to get Mason back on. We'll, we're gonna have to get him back on after this turkey season to see if he got that old bird. And
you
maybe nah, I was gonna say maybe we would rag you about you crying, but nobody rags me when I tell a story or something and I get emotional on here. So this is what's that exercise? This is that exercise. Planet Fitness, they said a no judge zone. This is a no judge zone on crying. So if your little boy takes it and you cry, I might cry with you. How about
I'm telling
that?
you. Yeah, hey, maybe the next time I'm on video with you, I'll hold something like this up for you.
Oh man, that'd be
Hold some hook.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
yeah.
about. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and like I said, y'all go check out Mason. Um, he's got a lot of videos. He's got a lot of callings on there. He got a lot of calling calls, and we'll be waiting for the mouth call since we can't hear it here. And I hate to let everybody down. He has one heck of a mouth call. So on the video, you're gonna have to make sure, because I've worked it up, that there's nothing in your mouth. Like he has a awesome call. He's definitely talented on that. But I appreciate
Well, I'll tell you,
everybody tuning in.
I'll try and post a video up tomorrow, and I'll tag you in it. How about that?
Sounds
And then,
good. I will reshare it. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you up towards Illinois, Michigan, Tennessee, y'all be safe. I know there's some more storms going through. Our prayers go out to them people. And the fishing rods, if y'all have been following along with me, I took the 4 fishing rods and dropped them off today. So they are going to the youth for that. My mind just went blank. It ain't the boys' trail life. It's for the trail life. So there's some 4 youth that's going to be getting them, and I've been praying over them. I got my rubber worms there. My mama bought me some more rubber worms. I got the rubber worms that I got the uh, message on the back of them. I'm going to start handing them out at boat ramps and stuff like that. So continue to pray that, you know, somebody's that is going to be reached just by handing out, you know, these worms. It's just meeting the people where they are at the boat ramps and talking to them. So definitely
Yep.
that ministry part of is in full force. So if y'all missed the fishing rods, they were right here. They are now gone to that church. So I think that banquet's in like a couple of weeks. So hopefully some small lad be hooked on fishing and be broke like the rest of us. But well, I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Um, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we'll be here talking about something. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to close this in a prayer before we leave. So, our Heavenly Father, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the beautiful springtime that you've given us. I know that the pollen's probably got a lot of people sinuses going crazy, but the buzz, the birds, the nature that you show us, just like you put Adam and Eve here to take care of your garden. They might have messed it up. They may have sinned. We're no different. We sin too, but your love is greater. You sent your son to die on the cross for us, but we still have an obligation to take care of your nature. And let us go out into the woods and the boat ramps and leave it better than we found it. Let us, you know, take care of what you bless us with. And thank you for the sunrises and the beautiful animals that you created for us. And thank you for sending your son to die on this cross for all of our sins. And thank you for everything you do. Amen. Until next week, I'll see y'all. Mason, I'll see you after turkey season because I want to catch up on this story. And well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to see you on social media, but we'll catch you live again after turkey season, and I'll see you for sure at Ducks Expo. So, sir, you have a good night, and here's a word from the rest of our sponsors. I'll see y'all. Matthew Knight with Satura Investors out of Charlotte. There's the information. The link to his website is scrolling across the banner down at the bottom, and it's also in the description. Today's episode is about helping business owners and working professionals like you who share a passion for the outdoors, shooting sports, zeroing them in to their long-term financial goals. So if you need any information or contact or any other questions, contact Matthew. Flint Ridge Hauling Service, LLC, has partnered up with the channel. It is your go-to provider for all your hauling needs. They are not just any hauling service. They are an active DOT interstate hotshot hauling provider. Flint Ridge Service LLC prides itself in its reliable transportation services. This team ensures that your cargo is delivered safely and on time no matter the distance. Whether you need to transport goods across the county or state line, they have the capacity and the expertise to meet your hauling needs. Equipped with a smooth riding 40-foot air ride equipped trailer and a max hauling capacity of 20,000 pounds, there's no load too big or too small that they can't handle. Look no further than Flint Ridge Hauling Service LLC.